Okay, now it should be working. Just gonna wait for a second. And it's gonna be working soon. Soon. Okay, now it should be working. Just gonna wait for a second. And it's gonna be working soon. Okay, it's working. Sorry about that. Well, it's good that I always check because otherwise sometimes I would do the whole thing without my microphone on and that would be sad. Okay, I'll keep checking just to make sure. Oh, it's gonna rain. Okay, so we're gonna read right away. Welcome back to another episode of reading book in Spanish with me. Yes, I once more changed the story or the book. I am so sorry. I promise this is the last one. And yeah, let's just start reading, okay? Vamos a empezar. Francisca y la muerte. So, one more second. I'm just gonna hide this for a second because I need to move my translator to a better spot. Okay. I feel it's still working. Yes, it's working. Woohoo! Okay. So, santos y buenos días, dijo la muerte, y ninguno la pudo reconocer, porque venía con su trenza retorcida bajo el sombrero y su mano amarilla en el bolsillo. Quisiera saber dónde vive la señora Francisca. Allá arriba, respondieron, señalándole el camino. Alright, so let's stop right there. Just give me one more second. No! Please don't do this. Okay. I am so sorry about this. Okay. So we are going to start from the first. Okay, so from the beginning. Santos y buenos días. Holy and good days. So this is probably how the death would say good morning to people, I guess. However, it's just an odd way to say just good morning. For most of you that are probably learning Spanish or already speak Spanish, this is not a natural way of speaking. But if you were the death, la muerte, I guess you would say holy and good days. Santos y buenos días. Dijo la muerte, said the death. Oh, by the way, just in case if you didn't know, in Spanish, in Mexico at least, the death is a fancy lady. So that's why we call her la muerte, not el muerte or just muerte. So it has a personality and all that. But anyway, let's continue. Y ninguno la pudo reconocer. And no one could recognize her. Porque venía con su trenza retorcida bajo el brazo. And I need to pull out my notes because, okay, I need to explain this. So they're saying that no one could recognize la muerte, and then they give you an explanation why, right? So because, porque, remember that there are two words here. One is porque as a because, as an explanation, as a reason. And when you separate por and que, then you can ask a question like ¿por qué estoy aquí? Why am I here? So I know when typing, most people, unfortunately, they don't care about it, but it's important. So in case that you wanted to know, grammatically it's incorrect to ask a question ¿por qué? When it's just one word. It has to be divided unless you're trying to say something else. but it has to be por and space and then que. That's how you formulate the question why. Anyway, porque venía con su trenza retorcida. So the verb venir, of course, if you know this verb, means like to come or to go. So in this case, she came with her trenza retorcida. So trenza retorcida, I learned that, I mean, I knew these words, but sometimes we just forget, right? It is what it is. Oops, where do I go? I guess this is fine. Probably you're gonna see the translator. Actually, that would be good. So trenza retorcida can be translated as twisted braid. So like long hair, it's really good for making braids. So what the death was doing is that she was wearing a braid, and it was like twisted, retorcida, bajo el sombrero, under her hat. Or you could translate it literally as the hat, el sombrero, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense, right? Y su mano amarilla en el bolsillo, and her yellow hand in the pocket, or in her pocket. The reason why they're saying that her hand was yellow, it's just because once more in Mexico, La Muerte is this lady, fancy lady, but she looks more like a skeleton. And when bones look a little bit old, or I guess just in general bones look a little bit yellow, and that is the reason why they're describing La Muerte as someone who looked yellow, because it was just her bones. So in Mexico, once more, the character La Muerte is just this fancy lady, and she is all bony, like she doesn't have flesh or muscles or anything. And yeah, that's how we describe her. That's how we depiction her, I guess. Anyway, quisiera saber dónde vive la muerte. I would like to know. Quisiera saber dónde vive la señora Francisca. I would like to know where does la señora Francisca lives. Yeah. And wait, what's happening there? Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, so she's she's apparently talking to people, and then allá arriba, up there, respondieron, they answered or responded, señalándole el camino, pointing for her or to her. The le part, it's referring to her, and then el camino, the way. Okay, let's continue reading. Let me just check that you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right, yeah, you guys can. So that's cool. Andando, la muerte vio que eran las 7 de la mañana. Para la 1:15 está anotada Francisca, menos mal. Poco trabajo, un solo caso. Se dijo satisfecha de no fatigarse. Oh, that was weird. No, are you serious? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just watching. What is... Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I cannot do this. This has to be gone. I'm just watching the video myself, the live, and I'm making a lot of mistakes this time. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let me just read it again. Andando, la muerte vio que eran las 7 de la mañana. Para la 1:15 está anotada Francisca, menos mal. Poco trabajo, un solo caso. Se dijo satisfecha de no fatigarse. Y llegó a casa de Francisca. Okay, so let's try to translate that once more. If you want to help me at some point, you can you can just let me know on the comments, or yeah, just correct me. I would love to be corrected. And even in my pronunciation, I know that I make a lot of mistakes. So if you can correct me, I would be more than happy. Okay, so andando. Andando comes from the verb andar, which is another, or it's a synonym to the verb to walk, caminar. However, this is more complex, this verb, because in Spanish, you can use the verb andar to say that something is working. So I could say, for an instance, mi teléfono no está andando. It means my phone is not working. And also I could say, estoy andando en el parque. I'm walking in a park. So two different meanings, right? In this case, of course, when you say andando, it means that the death was walking. Andando, la muerte vio que eran las 7 de la mañana. So the death noticed. I know that vio comes from ver, to watch, right? However, I wonder if maybe she had a watch on her hand, and or since she's just a mythological character, she just had like a watch somewhere floating in the air, something that we wouldn't be able to see. But she saw that it was 7 in the morning. Para la 1:15 está anotada Francisca, menos mal. So by 1:15, Francisca is how would I she's okay. I heard the door. Yeah, so when we anotar someone, normally means that they have an appointment or something. Like, I can give you 2 good examples for that. When you go to a hospital, for example, in Mexico, at least, that's my personal experience. Sometimes, the nurse would take your name in order for them to give you, like a turn, I guess, like a chance to go and talk to the doctor, because sometimes there are a lot of people waiting for that. So they would anotar your name on a little book or something, a notebook, and then they can say, te voy a anotar, I'm going to write down your name here. And that way you would know exactly what time you are supposed to meet with the doctor. So estar anotado means like to have an appointment somehow, or to have your name written down on a piece of paper. So she says that, like, oh, Francisca is due to 1:15, and then she says menos mal. And I was thinking that there's probably not a literal translation, but there are many ways to say this in English. A good expression that could be an equivalent for that would be like, thank God, thank goodness, menos mal. So we use this expression when we want to say that, to express that even though we have to do something, we still get something better out of it. Like, let's say that with the same idea of working, because La Muerte, it's working, right? Her job is to take people, right? So let's say that you're going to your job in the morning, and then your boss calls you, and they say like, hey, we're gonna have a really hard day today, okay, so just be prepared. However, you only working 4 hours today, so just half of the day, but we have to focus. You would say, oh, menos mal, like, it's gonna be a hard day, but I'm only working 4 hours, so menos mal. And then she says, poco trabajo, little work, un solo caso, just one case. Se dijo satisfecha de no fatigarse. So she told herself, she was talking to herself, and she was satisfied or happy or content for not getting tired this day, or this morning at least. Y llegó a casa de Francisca. And she arrived, or she got to Francisca's house. Llegó a casa de Francisca. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. We're gonna leave it right there. I hope that you like this reading. I'm gonna come tomorrow to read another part of this amazing book. Hope you like it. And also, if you want to correct me once more, please feel free to correct me whenever you can. If you're watching this video, do not just let me die alone. And at some point, if you want to read with me in Spanish, I would love that you come and read with me. And also, I could help you with your pronunciation and help you translating this. I feel like this activity can be really helpful for the both of us. I could learn from you, maybe helping me with my English, or just even helping me translating these things better. And I can do my own work on helping you to improve your Spanish. Entonces, nos vemos hasta la próxima, muchachos. Cuídense mucho. Bye.